What is the hardest part about becoming an empowered empath? Let's differentiate though between an empowered empath, a healed empath, and a conscious empath. The healed empath is somebody who has recovered from the wounds. They're not necessarily empowered, but they've healed, they've recovered, they've overcome the wounds and the torture of the narcissist. But in order to become empowered, this one thing must happen. And it's really hard, and this might sound somewhat cold, insensitive, and heartless, but it is the truth. While you are recovering and becoming empowered, you're going to go through the phase of being the victim, and rightly so. You have met a horrible human being who has tortured your soul, who has devoured the essence of your psyche. They've undermined you, disrespected you, belittled you, they've lied, they've cheated, they've deceived, manipulated, gaslit you, hoovered, love bombed you. They've done all of the typical narcissist things. And as you try to recover, the pain is excruciating, and you're going to point the finger and, rightly so, show everybody, tell everybody, remind yourself of how they did you wrong. You will replay all the horrible things they did to you. And it makes total sense, and it is completely acceptable to go through that phase. Now, here's the important part that must happen to go from healing to empowered, because a healed empath has recovered, but they haven't set themselves up to never allow it to happen again. Guilty as charged. I healed multiple times from endless narcissist relationships with women, and I noticed there was a pattern. And unfortunately, that pattern, the identifying, the realization of this pattern, of this common theme, this recurring thread, is what led me down the path to become empowered. And that realization was, I am the common factor. I allowed all of this to happen. I allowed them to disrespect me. I allowed them to undermine me. I allowed them to take advantage of me. Why? Because of my behavior, because of my choices. I didn't set boundaries. I kept forgiving. I kept trying to understand. I gave them the benefit of the doubt. I didn't honor myself. I wanted to fix. I thought that I could heal them. All based on my choices. I allowed them to disrespect me. And that really took some deep, dark introspection, accountability. That's what it takes to become empowered. Accountability. You have to own the fact that you were there in every single relationship, that you were there. I don't mean as a child. Once you become an adult, you are now accountable. You have to accept you were there. You have to accept responsibility that you ultimately allowed this to happen. So you've got the healed empath, but now you want to become an empowered empath so that this never happens to you again. And the only way that it will never happen to you again is to take ownership of the situation, adjust your behaviors, change your habits, change your decisions, all focused now on through awareness. I will not allow this to happen again. No matter how horrible, toxic, evil, and dark this person is, they cannot penetrate my self-honoring. They will not disrespect me. Why? They can try. Why can they no longer disrespect me? Because I will walk away. I will not play the game ever again. The minute I smell narcissist blood, narcissist spirit, narcissist tendencies, I walk away, because I make that choice. Why? Because I'm empowered. I know this behavior. I've seen it before. I don't want it to happen again. I'm going to take ownership of the situation, put an end to it right now. Not tomorrow after I've forgiven, not next month. The other part about empowerment is this, and this is the other really hard part about empowerment. We can find validations to make it okay. And when we look for those validations, it means we're still playing victim. Well, I can't leave because they're my sister. I can't leave because it's my brother-in-law. I can't leave because I need the money from this job. What that means is you're putting the blame externally. You are not empowered. You are not being accountable. As long as you keep putting the blame and the responsibility on something that is external, and again, I know this is sounding rather insensitive, I do understand there are circumstances that make it very hard to walk away. I do understand that it's hard to walk away from a job when you need the money. But as long as you keep using I need the job as the validation, you're not empowered, because you will stay in that position with that narcissist boss. That's what accountability means. This is a really hard decision, but I get to choose. I have to walk away from this job and find something else to be empowered, to get myself away from this toxic situation until you can make those tough, difficult decisions with major consequences that initially might be negative, but you've got to look long term. Short term, whoa, what an inconvenience. The hurt of going no contact with my family members, oh, that's really painful. The pain point of losing a job and temporarily being without an income, ooh, very risky, very, very painful. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? Two voices in my head. Take ownership. Be empowered. You get to choose. When I doubt about my choices and my attitude, I always go back to this Viktor Frankl quote, and it's all based on attitude. And Viktor Frankl is a Holocaust survivor. And he highlights the power of attitude, meaning I get to choose. Attitude is how you react or respond to everything and anything that happens to you or around you. You're always empowered. This is what Viktor Frankl says about attitude. He says, the last of human freedoms is the ability to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. The last of human freedoms is the ability to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. That is empowerment. If you are an empath and you're struggling, you've got to go deep and you've got to find the strength and the courage to be accountable, set yourself free, place those barriers, demand respect. And if you don't receive what you deserve and what you need and what you want, you must walk away. You must go no contact. You must end that relationship, no matter what that relationship is. And again, in closing, as long as you keep putting blame or you find a validation as to why you can't, you're not yet empowered. Enjoy the journey. It is hard, it is difficult, but I will tell you this. When you reach that position of empowerment, it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So much to look forward to. My name is Vital Germain. I'm author of Pink is the Color of Empathy. I'm a life coach and I specialize in empath empowerment and narcissist abuse recovery. Check me out on Instagram at the Sigma Empath. Find me on YouTube. Go to my website, vitalgermain.com. Thank you for watching.